the World Champ Show! The World Champ Show!
And now a man who let it all ride on LeBron James being NBA Finals MVP. It's Roger the Wild Child!
Let's get this party started! Ready, set, go!
On the air everywhere.
It's the Roger the Wild Champ Show!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Roger the Wild Child. We are here doing it all over again. Jimmy Knight is with us, and we have Star, and of course, Weather with Frankie MacDonald coming right up. Let's have some fun. Let's do this.
It's the Roger the Wild Champ Show!
Hey guys, how y'all doing? It is Roger the Wild Child, and we're in June.
It is June.
It is June. So May is gone, April's gone. We're all right. It's summertime, okay? We're ready to do barbecues and get our families together and have a great time.
Yeah, last weekend in Chicago on Friday on May 28th, a day I know very well. It was cloudy, cold, and it could have probably snowed. And today we're 94, I think it was today. So yeah, you know,
wow.
Maybe summer. Maybe summer's here. Yeah, it's really hot here.
We
today,
hit 101 this week, right, Roger?
Wow.
On Thursday.
Oh, we definitely hit triple digits here in Boise, Idaho.
That's crazy.
And Deborah Driggs is taking the week off, so she will be back next week.
Man, how do you get those perks, Roger? I don't. I seriously, I mean, what do you work out there? Because you told me I can never have a day off.
Well, you're not in my centerfold, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I need the money. I don't know if you two have heard, but there was this really weird rumor this weekend about Ben Zobrist, formerly of the Chicago Cubs, who hit the game-winning hit of the 2016 World Series. That there was this rumor that he was selling his World Series ring at an auction. So I
oh my word!
I might have spent some money this weekend on the,
oh my god!
Look at that! Wow!
Might have spent some money. So, Roger, I need a raise.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I got you. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and I'll let payroll know, and
for those that don't know,
and human resources know that we're cutting you from the show. So
the story was fake, and so is the ring.
Oh yeah!
Look who's here.
Oh,
I'm Frankie MacDonald.
Hold on, Frankie.
We'll bet that you wish you knew if skies will be cloudy or blue. Don't worry or fret, cause your best bet is our weatherman who has plenty to say to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming from Nova Scotia, here it is.
So far, it's cold over Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. Then the hot and humid air is going to come on Monday night. Tuesday, it's going to be hot and humid. Then the cold air is going to come on Tuesday evening. Then it's going to return to cold air on Wednesday in Sydney, Nova Scotia, rest of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland. It's going to remain hot in southern Ontario. It's going to bring really, really hot weather all across southeastern United States with a lot of thunderstorms in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and all these places. It's going to bring a lot of forest fires in Pacific Southwest.
No, we don't need those.
No. Tell them to stop, Frankie. Tell them to stop.
Frankie, guess what came this week for me, Frankie? A big surprise came for me this week. You ready?
Yes. My book.
Yeah.
Yes.
It finally came this week, and I spent the weekend perusing through it. I'm so excited. Everybody, be prepared, especially if those forest fires happen. Frankie's book, Be Prepared. Amazon.com is where I got mine. So
That's where I got mine.
Fantastic book, Frankie. I really am. I really do enjoy this, and it can be read to anybody. I'm going to share this with my children as well, so they're prepared. So if they're at home ever and a storm comes through, that they know what to do. But yeah, Frankie's book, Be Prepared. I recommend everybody get a copy of it.
Amazon.com. Very simple, and it's like it's not that expensive either, and it has pictures of Frankie as a little kid.
Yes, I did. I really enjoyed watching Frankie grow up through the book. You get a definitely you definitely grasp Frankie's growing up and how his love for weather and just, it's a really good book. I recommend everybody grab a copy of it. Like I said, since the kids are out of school, I'm gonna make that be their first summer book to read. So
perfect. Like same here, exactly. So Frankie, how's your week been? Talk to me. What's going on up in Canada, up to the Great White North?
It's doing great so far. It's getting really, really hot in Ontario. Even Thunder Bay, Ontario is so hot there. I did a forecast both Thunder Bay, Ontario, Victoria, British Columbia. And by doing dancing videos, it's just like guy tries to eat 50 hot dogs at once. That's my most viewed video ever on my channel.
Okay, Frankie, here's what I want you to do right now. We are going to do it live right now. Guy eats 50 hot dogs live on the Roger the Wild Child show. Are you down? Can you do it?
I want you to eat 50 hot dogs once. Eat them all right now. Eat those hot dogs right now. Go, 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 go.
Not only does he get the world record for the most hot dogs, he gets the world record for quickly eating hot dogs.
That's how fast
Right,
things are going
exactly.
down.
I'd be dead by now. I'd be like,
And those little smokies are full size. Polish sausages.
eat more hot dogs. Hey, Frankie, when you said it's cool and then the warm front comes, how cool is it though? Like that's what I'm trying to understand. When you say cool, is it like in the 50s, the 60s, or define cool?
That can trigger severe thunderstorms somewhere in the States.
But is it like, okay, so it's like it goes from 70 to 90?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is I would say I don't want to say unbearably hot because that makes me sound like a wimp, but it was really nasty in Chicago area today. The humidity is just absolutely ridiculous, and it's rising all week. It's supposed to be in the dew points in like the 90s all week or the 80s. It's just disgusting. And we, like I said, I was telling before you jumped on the show, Frankie, it could have snowed in Chicago a week ago. It was that cold, and now here we are, 94 today or something. It's just it's crazy weather, Frankie.
Extreme.
Climate change means the Arctic ice caps are melting, and the Arctic is turning greener.
What's going on in India right now? I know they were having some bad weather in India, and now with my promotion this week, we have a lot of viewers viewing us in India, and believe it or not, right now it's 7:40 a.m. Monday morning in India.
Wow!
I will say hi to everyone in India. India's getting into the monsoon season. June, July, August, September. That's the monsoon season. Then it get into the post-monsoon season. Then it get into dry season. Their summers in April, May, and June. Their monsoon season is after their summer.
Okay. Good job.
Yes.
Be prepared.
Yes.
Yes. You got to be prepared.
My book.
And where's your bobblehead? I want to see your bobblehead. I always love your bobbleheads.
People in India need to get a Frankie bobblehead too.
And how can they get a Frankie bobblehead?
Look at that. He can travel all over the world.
I'd be pissed off at you. He was chilling there, and you made him get up.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Only 2,020 of those made.
Bobbleheadhall.com.
What is it called? Bobblehead what?
Bobbleheadhall.com.
Okay.
Bobblehead Hall? Oh, Hall. Yeah, Bobblehead Hall. Okay.
.com.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Frankie's
and
going
there
to
you
be
go.
all over the world soon. Yeah.
Cool, Frankie.
Frankie MacDonald with the weather.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
We'll bet that you wish you knew if skies were big make cloudy or blue. Don't worry or fret, cause your best bet is our weatherman who has plenty to say to you.
Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you,
next week, buddy.
Frankie.
Thank you.
All right, Frankie. Thank you.
I'll see you next Sunday.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Most definitely. Frankie
See ya, Frankie. Have a
MacDonald,
good week.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. YouTube sensation.
I love Frankie.
And he does weather on our show. I love it.
Frankie's awesome. Really, I do recommend. I mean, I know he's on our show, and people are really like, well, he's on your show. You about the book. The book is really good. I mean, the book is.
Yeah, it is.
It I love it. So yeah, I recommend everybody
It's
go out
simple
to.
reading.
Yep.
It's got some nice, colorful pictures in there, and it really talks about his life. So,
It does.
I mean,
It does.
definitely. And you can order it on Amazon. Okay. Sweet. Now, we're going to have some fun today. You guys ready to rock?
I am. You know me.
So ready.
So let's bring in our next guests. And this week, we're doing a little Guns N' Roses theme. So bringing onto the show with us, they are an all-girl Guns N' Roses tribute band, and it's called Paradise Kitty. Please welcome Rachael, Rine, and Jenna Syde.
Hi,
Hi, ladies.
Love you guys.
Hi, ladies.
Hi there.
So how did you, so tell us a little bit about your band and what it's all about and why you guys decided to do Guns N' Roses.
Well, we really like Slayer, and we thought it would be fun to do Rain and Blood in its entirety. So, I'm kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
I like that.
I do love Slayer, but different vocal prowess.
That's an answer right there.
It was just the timing was right. We had a mutual friend that contacted Rachael and also contacted me, and she talked to Rachael first. And this is right before the GN'R reunion had happened, and so it seemed to just coincide timing wise perfectly.
Nice.
And we also love Guns N' Roses too. Who doesn't freaking love Guns N' Roses?
Yeah,
Right?
who doesn't love them? They're amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of rock and roll. I prefer easy listening music.
Like Kenny G.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Right.
prefer
Yeah, Kenny G hasn't
easy.
Kenny G hasn't made the wall yet, but sorry, Kenny, you're next, I guess. But yeah, you're right. Who doesn't? I mean, I was a teenager, obviously, when Guns N' Roses came out, and I remember, hearing "Sweet Child of Mine" and "Paradise City" were the two that they were just bombarding on Top 40 radio over and over and over again. And they were the band I would say that probably got me more into listening to that type of music. I'm the type of guy that listens to all sorts of music, pop, rock, rap. I'm variety, as you can tell by my internet radio station, Chicago's variety station. Shameless plug. But they were, when I was 17, 18 years old, they were the band that really got me to, wow, okay, I like this music. And then it was funny because in Chicago at the time, we had a radio station. It was called The Blaze, 103.5 The Blaze, that came on, and they were all hard rock at the time, so they were just blasting that stuff. And I used to listen to them all the time, and that's how I got to introduce to more bands like Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, all of that cool stuff back in the day. So yeah, I'm a huge GN'R fan.
Yeah, I started listening to Guns N' Roses actually in California when I would visit my dad during the summertime, and I would listen to him on KNAC 105.5. You probably know that station, right? Pure Rock? Yes.
I grew up listening to
I don't
that.
think there's
Yeah.
a rocker on the planet that doesn't know that station.
Right.
And Thrasher is actually a personal friend of mine.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he
Very
used to do
cool,
the morning
man.
show.
Nice.
Nice.
So I knew Thrasher, I knew Ton Mastery, I knew all them people. But Thrasher and I have gone back for so many years. But and Filthy Phil from the station as well.
Yeah.
It was funny because in Chicago, when November Rain came out, there's a station here that was like number one at the time, B96, which was a hip hop station, like a more of a urban CHR. They were playing more dance hip hop stuff. And for some reason in the summer, I think it was the summer of 90. When was I in Bloomington, Roger? It was with you when I was working down there. It was 91, I think, when November Rain came out. And it was
early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, the station was playing all, early dance hip hop stuff. They decided to play November Rain. that and Saigon Kicks Love Is on the Way were the two songs like on the rock charts that they were playing, and I was kind of like, this doesn't fit. Like you got this, and then you got this November Rain, but November Rain was one of those songs that were just amazing. So when you guys play it, do you play it? Do you play the whole song?
Yeah, we do the whole song, but we don't always travel with the keyboard player. That's normally when we're doing our bigger shows. But when we do, we've had some really great players come and sit in with us. And yeah, it's the full song front to back. So it's always it's a crowd pleaser.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I got the promo video that you guys have, so that our audience can kind of see what you guys are exactly all about. So. Let's check this out. Let's check this out.
Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home? Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Yeah, they're badass
Those are
bitches.
amazing.
Check them out.
Not only are they musicians, but they're athletic too. Look at how much look how much physical strength and athletic ability goes into each of those performances. That's just incredible.
You gotta be. So we gotta entertain you guys, right?
Yeah,
so
it's incredible. It's amazing.
What I love
Jenna
is
and I have a little joke about that. Actually.
Oh, really?
Because
I want to hear.
Do any of you play drums? Let me ask you that first.
I'm sorry, you
I
broke
haven't.
up. Can you say that again?
She asked if you play drums.
Do
any of you guys play drums?
No, I have always wanted to, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've played drums on Jimmy's head back in the day, but
I do. Yeah. I air drum.
Unless you're in a select venue on a select riser with perfect lighting, what I see for the entire set is my singer's butt. So I don't see the crowd. I see like 3 people on this side, 3 people on that side up front. I never know how many people are in the audience. I see Jenna's butt, so I make her do squats for me. I'm like,
I do squats in my drummer.
Oh my word!
Because all night she sees the audience. Her butt is my audience, so she.
There you go.
I keep it tight for Rachael. That's for damn sure.
If you ain't the lead bitch, the view is always the same, right?
What I really love about the band is Jenna, first of all, you just go, your vocals are flowing and you're not trying to sound like Axl. Your voice is just so natural to the songs, and you're not trying to get to that level of like Axl, which I think is great because it flows and it's such a great sound. And I love the drums. I've never been able to drum, so any drummer I meet, I'm astounded by the work that they do, because I mean that's a lot of work, and it just, you're moving and you're trying to keep up. And I admire a drummer. Guitar is great, but drumming, I've always wanted to do. I just can't. But I really dig your band. I really dig the stuff that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you guys, are you touring now, or where are you guys at now?
Right.
Well, we have a couple of things
booking.
lined up. Yeah,
we're booking. The booking process for us has really just started to begin again. We've been, waiting for our agent to rebook all the other shows for everyone else that they had to cancel and reset. And it's really having the whole world stop the way it did. It became a lot of people don't realize how much work that turned into for everyone behind the scenes that are putting on shows, and you know, it becomes like quadruple work for every gig for everyone behind the scenes.
Wow.
So,
okay, so take note, Boise, Idaho. You definitely need to get booked in Boise, Idaho.
Fans here.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Just tell your promoter friends to call our agent and we will be there. If you book us,
Awesome.
Perfect. When the world shuts down, what do you do? So we've had a couple of guests before when we've asked the COVID question about like, what do you do? Like, so you as a band who really rely a lot on the gig. I mean, the gigs are the money, right? So when that happens, what's the mindset of you and your bandmates when the world just says, you guys can't do your job anymore?
Well, I think all of us had a mindset of looking more at the larger collective than just us as a band and how we earn money as musicians. And to all of us, you know, all of the girls that play with us as well, it was really important for all of us to honor quarantine, to not feel entitled to get out there and be around people. It's like, you know, we all saw it is the more everyone stays home right now, the quicker this ends. So we really all just did our part to do that. And like every month or two, we'd book a Zoom with all of our girls just to touch base and make sure everyone was doing okay. But for all of us, it was really important just to like, I don't think any of us felt that entitlement of like, well, I stayed home for 3 months, I need to play a gig. It was more like the whole world just went to shit in a handbag and we need to do what we can do to help that. And us playing Guns N' Roses songs means nothing in the bigger picture. So like,
exactly.
Well, thanks first of all, thanks for doing that.
Right.
You're welcome.
Because there's a lot of people that would have looked at it and said, no, okay, we took a month or two off. That's great. Let's get back out there and make some money.
Well, it's not to say that wasn't hard, especially for like the musicians that we make our bread and butter off of that. You know, we were able to pay our rent with it. But in the long run, it's saving lives or going out and playing shows and putting people in danger. And at that time, it wasn't feasible. You know, we think about other people ahead of being able to get out there. A paycheck, we can find a paycheck some way, somehow. We're hustlers anyways.
Were you?
We all work and do multiple things. So
I mean,
that's
were you
really
guys
enjoying it? Yeah.
Were you doing other projects during the time? Were you thinking of other things to do, or were you just taking a break and taking the quarantine and just taking the break, or were you thinking about other things to do?
I found myself busier. I was busier.
They were ingenuitive. Yeah.
You know, for my day job, like I never stopped working, and you know, I work in marketing for Monster Energy, and it never ended. It's like I felt busier during quarantine than I do normally. So it was like, you know, some friends would text me and call me and be like, I'm bored. What are you doing? Get on the phone with me. And I'm like, come over and do my laundry.
No,
I got because like I don't have time for this. So yeah, I felt like I worked double, triple overtime during the entire quarantine. I feel like I'm ready for a vacation now because I haven't had one in a long time. So like,
Rachael, you need to come shooting in Idaho. You need to come shooting in Idaho. I heard that you like to shoot, and my friends are starting up a rifle thing for women, and so I think it'd be so fun if you came and shot with us. So
I don't do very often, but once in a while, yeah.
I was reading in an interview. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so incredible. So do you have guns, or do you still collect them, or?
I don't collect them, but yes, I do own a gun that was a gift from my parents. But I'm not like the NRA shooter. It's just, you know, like I said, I grew up way out in the sticks in New Mexico where you had to know how to shoot. It was like safety. You'd come home to rattlesnakes on your front porch.
Wow.
You know, there'd be bears in the front yard type of, you know, environment. So it was just kind of like, it's just a fact of life.
That's really
growing
cool.
up in that environment.
Yeah.
But with that being said, although I just listed a bunch of animals, I've been a vegetarian my entire life. So
have you?
That's so healthy.
Or to put it out of its misery, or to like, you know, so but you know, growing up in that environment, you kind of it's just a part of life. So
right. Well, that explains your skin glowing, because vegetarians always have the best skin. I've decided.
I'm sunburned right now.
Vegetarians have great skin. Oh yeah.
I've never had meat my entire life. I've been veggie my entire life.
Wow, that's incredible. It's definitely, they should do more studies on that, because it definitely impacts your health a lot. So yeah, that's great.
You know, Jenna, you have a great relationship with your family.
I try to. Sometimes it's not always that easy.
Well, apparently you and your grandfather are like best friends, right?
Getting a little personal. My grandmother passed away last year, and I was very, very close with her. And my grandfather and her were married for over 60 years.
Wow.
And when she passed, he had a very hard time. I mean, we all did, but you're with somebody for over 60 years. That's your life partner. I wanted to find a way to connect with him and make him feel like he still has a reason to move on and to keep going. And it was the first thing that came to my mind when I talked to him. I'm like, hey, Grandpa, you know what? I travel on the road for a living. Let's go for a road trip. And in May every year, my family or the descendants of my Miller line, which is my grandfather's mom, they do a family reunion basically at our family cemetery. So we road tripped for 2 weeks there and back. And so it was just me and my grandpa for 2 weeks on the road. And he is such a character. I mean, we were very close when I was young, and then he moved away to Nevada, and I'm here in California when I was just hitting my later teenage life. And so I figured it's time to get to re-know my grandfather, not the G-rated version that kids always get, and I definitely didn't get the G-rated version.
That is so fun. It's unusual for someone to be able to do that with their grandpa as adults and get to know them on that level, because sometimes they've already passed away or whatever. So I think that's incredible.
Awesome. And we made a pact that we're going to travel once a year together. And so
that is awesome.
Yeah. So he's the best. He should be in my band. Rachael, we should call him. Because he's the best road buddy ever.
You gotta have him open for you.
Yeah, apparently he's a stand-up comedian as well.
He's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
So we have a video of your grandfather telling jokes. So here we go. Let's go ahead and play this video.
He's going to get such a kick out of this.
Hello, it's me again. I just finally thought of a joke you may or may not like. This lady highway patrol, she happened to be a beautiful blonde. All my girls I tell jokes are all beautiful. So this one is a highway patrol. She pulled over this truck.
Okay.
And said, "You've been drinking?" "Yes, I have, ma'am." She says, "Well, I'm going to have to arrest you, and anything you say or do will be used against you." He said, "Titties, vagina."
Oh, no.
That's all I can remember. Myself.
He's gonna love so much that you guys share.
I'm sorry. I saw that on your Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, we have to play that video. That is just awesome.
Yeah, it was literally, we were on the road for about 8 hours every day, and it was just nonstop jokes. And then I also got really great stories of him when he was a teenager, as like a bootlegger and doing stuff in Kentucky with a lot of dry counties there. So he was a bootlegger as a teenager. All of his Korean War stories, like it was just the best soul connecting time I could have with anybody that I'm related to, and it was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. He probably brings out your personality, and you bring out his a lot because you are related, blood related, and that, you just have a special connection that way. So that's
definitely
so neat.
It was really cool.
Fun. Yeah, that is so neat.
He's gonna get such a kick that he's really gonna get such a kick that you guys did that.
So I got a question for you. So did Guns N' Roses come and check out your show?
Well, they know of us very much so. Their other bandmates have come up and jammed with us at times. And
nice.
They've given us the thumbs up, which is really great about it. And especially because the entire fan base, once they gave the thumbs up, then the whole fan base gave us the thumbs up too. So we've been very lucky in that.
So you got all that big support.
Now, do you have to reach out to them before you do something like this to say, hey, we're gonna be a cover band? Are there things you need to do?
When Rich, you that
pay
one's on you,
homage
babe.
to when you pay homage to an artist, there's certain things you could do and get away with it. Like I knew girls that used to be in a Bon Jovi tribute band and they got a cease and desist because they were called Bon Jovi and their logo was almost exactly like Bon Jovi's logo. So they got into trouble for that and they had to stop doing the band. When we did this project, just because like, you know, I've worked with some of the GN'R guys in the past doing other things and, you know, like a small town, you're a musician on the scene, you all kind of know each other and come across each other at one point in time or another. So it was really important to me that they were cool with us doing this because even if they couldn't stop us, if they weren't cool with it, I didn't want to do it. You know, it just didn't feel right.
No.
So
to
us, it was important that they gave us their like go ahead for us to do it. So we threw together a band rather quickly and played like a first gig after only 2 rehearsals. We did all of Appetite front to back. We were still auditioning girls during that. It was an interesting like just threw together something and put it together out in the desert and then you know, a couple days later, they started tweeting us from Guns N' Roses page, telling people to come check us out. So they saw it. They're like, these girls are for real. It's not a joke. They do their job. Axel liked it. And he was like, you know, it's good. And, you know, Slash has always been a fan of ours and supported us.
Oh, really?
And and, you know, we do a lot of shows with Dizzy Reed and we'll sit in pan and stuff. And, you know, Slash's band members from the Conspirators will come and sit in and play with us. We've all done stuff together. And like, you know, some of these guys are just old friends of ours. So they all dig it. They all gave us the thumbs up. They gave us the green light and go ahead. And with that, we've always been very respectful, never to step on their toes artwork wise, or, you know, you see some tribute bands and their logo is exactly like the band's logo. And it's like just one letter is different or one little, you know, one little thing.
And that could cause a lot of problems.
Well, it's just, to me, that's taking money from the guys that built the train. It's like building a fake train and telling people to hop it, and that's just not cool. So we made sure that our name wasn't like Guns N' Roses Plus or you know something
right.
something awkward. Like our name is very different. Paradise Kitty. It's you know it's its own entity. We had an illustrator draw our logo, one of our logos for us, which is like the cat skull with the hat and the roses, but it's definitely cat skull. It's not like their logo with one small difference. You know, it's really just we really just kind of, you know, we're paying an homage to them, but we aren't just trying to mimic them with boobs, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know?
No.
And musically, it was important to us from the get-go that we sounded like us. Like people know who I am as a drummer. People know who Jenna is as a singer. So like we never wanted Jenna to try to mimic Axel's vocals. We wanted her to sound like her playing it. We didn't give ourselves weird names like She Adler and
Axel Hose.
Axel Hose.
Although we're a tribute band, we aren't like a parody tribute band like a lot of tribute bands are. They do, and I admire them for dressing like the people doing their same stage speeches and the whole 9 yards. But that's not what we do. We get up as ourselves and we just play cool Guns N' Roses songs. You know.
How did you get?
We kind of bring our own party to it. You know.
I love that. Right. That's so awesome and really respectful. Yeah.
So Rachael, how did you get into drumming?
My brother had a drum kit. I'm kidding. My brother never played drums. You know, music was my everything since as long as I can remember. You know, one of my earlier memories was fighting with my brother for the stereo when I was probably 3.5, because I wanted to listen to the Beatles' White Album and he wanted to listen to some Star Wars tape. So, you know, it's just music has always been my world. And when I went to my first concerts at 12, 13 years old, like the kick drum in your chest, signed, sealed, delivered. But I still didn't start playing until I was like 19, because back then it just, even though I had these cool hippie parents that were artistic and open, I mean, I loved music, I loved drums, but it just didn't even cross their minds to get their daughter a drum kit. You know, it wasn't, you know, just wasn't as common, I guess, you know. So now there's tons of women doing it, and I think it's great. And I mean, there was girls doing it back then. It just wasn't as fluid of a transition into like taking up that art form. It was still very, very masculine based instrument to play. So
were you two in bands before this, or how did this dynamic? I mean, what bands were you in before? Were they original bands or were they cover bands or?
Both.
I
was never in a cover, but
yeah, I was all my songs were, or most of my songs. I think I did 1 or 2 covers out of all my original bands. But yeah, I had 3 original bands before all this.
Okay. And do you do original songs during your shows, or is it all just strictly GN'R?
No, this is all just GN'R.
Okay.
Like, this is hands down, balls to the walls, GN'R.
Okay. Yeah, I just knew I know somebody who was in a cover band, and they did some originals too, and yeah, I mean everybody was there for the covers. So
well, not saying that we're opposed to it, and it might branch out into stuff like that later on down the road, or something that Rachael and I would do together. But you know, this is Paradise Kitty. This is an entity.
Right.
Well, wasn't Godsmack like an Alice in Chains tribute or something? Then they turned into Godsmack, or am I making that up?
Yep. No, you're right. You're totally right on that one.
And then, of course, there was Steel Panther back when they were Metal Shop and all those other bands that they were for a minute. You know, they were a cover band. So, but for me, I played I spent like a decade in a band called Cockpit. There was an all-girl rock band that we toured and did stuff on our own. And I think we did interview for the Blaze once. We did some on-air stuff a million years ago. Out on tour, like probably in 2010 or something. And then I played with the band Femme Fatale for a while, and the band from the 80s. And, you know, then there was other bands earlier than that. But yeah, we're all musicians. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And it just,
who was your influencer?
My influence or my influencer?
Who influenced you?
Jenna. I really aspire to be her.
Good catch.
Who influenced you in music?
I started playing drums because of Tommy Lee and Randy Castillo. And Randy Castillo, the drummer that played with like Ozzy and Leaderboard, and he was in Motley Crue as well. Ozzy was not Ozzy. Randy was from the same place I grew up, and so he influenced me in many ways when I was really young, because I grew up in this small town, ranching communities, middle of nowhere, and it kind of like it kind of had this air of, if you're from here, you can't do that. Like, if you're from here, you can't move to LA and get a band. You think you can write a song? What do you think? You're from here. So I remember being in grade school and thinking to myself, well, didn't that guy from Albuquerque end up in Ozzy Osbourne? Like, if he could do that, why can't I go to college out of state? Why can't I do something bigger? So he really influenced me a lot when I was really young. And years later, like when I moved to LA, I met him first in New Mexico. His mom introduced us. But when I moved to LA, we became really good friends, and he would look out for me and make sure that I was like eating my P's and minding my cues and behaving. And you know, it was great. Like, he was really an awesome, beautiful soul, and I felt fortunate to like have someone that influenced me so much become a friend at a point in life. So that was cool. But yeah, Tommy Lee and Randy Castillo were the two that started me off.
Awesome. Jenna, who influenced you in music?
I grew up like with my whole family singing 3-part, 4-part country harmonies and stuff. So I don't remember an actual like immediate, this person influenced me to be what I want to be. I've always sang. I remember being 5 years old, and I'm gonna date myself. I had the Barbies and the Barbie and the Rockers tour van and tour set, and the whole band and the stage and everything, right? And so I would go from my driveway, and I had it tied on the van and everything, and I had the whole band in the van, and I had all the stage stuff, and I'd go from one driveway to the next, and I'd set up the stage, and then I'd set up all the instruments, and I put my Barbies up there on the stage. And then I had Walkman at the time, and it would play one song, goes Barbie and the Rockers, and I'd play that song, and then I'd pack everybody up, and I'd go to the next driveway. And I would do that for hours. So I always knew what I wanted to do. I always wanted to spend my life out on tour making music with people. And then my dad, I mean, we all played guitar. Like, I'm gonna post some more videos too. Like, me and my grandpa spent half of our time on the road just playing guitar and singing with each other. Nice. And that's how our family connected. But my dad, he saw that I could sing, and he's like, you need to watch this singer, and it's Freddie Mercury, you know, and he's all, and you're really going to love this guy if you like those platform heels, and it's David Bowie. So I had a lot of really good music that was given to me at a very early age. And I didn't really ever listen to current stuff until I became older. And then I'm like, oh, what's on the radio now? Oh, this is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But I still always revert back to singers like that, like James Brown, stuff that really the singer puts on a show, you know, they're physical and they put everything into it. So I guess you could say stuff like that.
Did anybody get any video of you doing the Barbie and the Rockers?
Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome.
No, I don't think so. I think that they spent all their money on being leaving that tour set that Christmas, and we were very poor growing up, so no video cameras.
Nobody had the camcorder. Nobody had
That's
the
right.
camcorder.
Right.
Gigantic,
The big ghetto camera thing going on.
Well, it was funny because
tape in it.
yeah, when I was a kid,
No, Beta.
yeah, Betamax.
So who do you feel like who do you feel you're influencing? What children right now? Do you have a child in your life that you feel you're handing that legacy to, that you're teaching them to love music like you were taught by your parents?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We we tend to have families that come out to a lot of the shows that we play and festivals and stuff. And if we ever spot little girls out there in the crowd or kids, just kids in general, we'll bring them up on stage.
Oh, cool.
We'll spend extra time with them.
That's fun.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That is amazing.
Influencing younger generations to pick up guitars and pick up microphones and drumsticks, you know, instead of going out and getting in trouble is a huge thing for all of us.
Incredible. Oh yeah, that is incredible.
My daughter just turned 10, and I've been encouraging her. She has a keyboard and she's been dabbling in it, but I encourage her to fulfill, because she's more of the musical one than my son. My son will be 13 and he's more video games, and you know, he listens to mumble rap all day, and it's just like, okay, right now, exactly. What irritates me?
I tried not to make a face. I really tried.
I did too. What irritates me is their father is a vast encyclopedia of music here, and he doesn't ask questions about any of it. My daughter will listen to the stuff that I'm playing on the record player and come in and start singing it. So she's the one who's got that musical gene, and I'm just like, I looked at her. I think it was this during the first lockdown of COVID, where she was at home and they're not doing anything, and I'm like, you've got this keyboard and you have this internet. And I said, when I was a kid, I would have loved for anybody to have had this thing where you could go out and watch anybody teach you how to play keyboard and then do it. So she was doing it and she was getting into it. And I was, you know, trying to support her as much as, and then, you know, she lost it. So I got to get her back into that. But I agree with you.
Lose it. Just
I'm sure she'll come back around.
Time. Let her do it her time.
Yeah.
But there's a number of kids that we, you know, like especially like on the Monsters of Rock cruise, there's always kids that bring their guitars on stage. We've had 6-year-old kids come up, sit in and play with us. We love them.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
You know,
and there's really not a lot of groups out there that do that, or bands, you know, so that is super
it's
awesome.
Something that we're really passionate about. It's like inspiring the kids makes all of our sacrifices and all of our like busted knuckles worthwhile.
Right.
At the end of the day,
they're the most overlooked demographic. You know, children are the most overlooked in our society, and I feel like they're the most voiceless in our society. And so,
especially
exactly.
The arts aren't supported in the U.S. as much as they are in Europe. Like they aren't
slashing it from school budgets. Just slash.
Yeah, we've had so many kids come and play with us, and some of them have gone on to like, you know, 5-6 years later, they like send us their first CD that they released on their own at 15 because they got them playing with us when they were 10, and that just it means so much. It really it's super cool. So we definitely go above and beyond to support the kids that want to play, or even, you know, we played like a state fair and there's 2 little girls in the front row and you see them just staring at us with this wonder of like, they're girls and I could do that. You know, and then we'll bring them on stage. But when we do that, she usually gets all teary-eyed and has a hard time singing.
I do, but I end up passing the mic to them. I'm like, girls, I can't sing right now. they always
stand there like,
they get it. They do it. And it's the coolest
feeling. I'm sure it's a life-changing moment for all of them, you know, that get to experience that. That's incredible. You guys are awesome for doing that. Thank you. As a mom of 8 kids. It's great to have role models like you guys. So.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 boys and 4 girls.
This is the mom here.
I gave birth to all of them unassisted at home.
Wow. Yeah.
And you have time to do this podcast?
And I listened to Guns N' Roses with you guys while I did it.
I feel like I should be paying you to be here now.
I have 2, and it's like, okay, I got to try to find time in the schedule.
It just makes me a more cool mom. So, you know.
You are.
Yeah, totally.
Enough, you know.
Kudos to you.
Your neighborhood, you gotta bring the kids.
That's true.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do it. Let's do it. That sounds great. I hope you make it to Boise soon. Yes.
We have to now. We have to for the kids' sake.
That's right.
I'll call my agent when we get off this podcast. There's something hot going down in Boise.
Well, everybody from California is coming to Boise, so this is like the place to be, and we have awesome concert venues here.
It is, yeah.
It really is. It's a great place to play music.
It's really come into its own in the last few years. So
nice.
Awesome.
See, Boise is like the best kept secret.
Tell your local promoters to put in an offer, and we will come.
Yeah, we will be there.
I'm from Chicago. We don't have these problems. We have lots of venues.
Oh, be quiet.
So your venues have a litter of kitties in them.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not yet. We got to book that.
You guys can come play Wrigley Field. Rachael, question for you, really quick. I asked this of anybody that drums. Favorite drummer?
Me. Just kidding.
No, you're good. That's awesome.
As it should be.
That's awesome.
I can't ever do the favorite question. I can't do the favorite one drummer, the favorite song, Deserted Island, 10 albums.
I can't either. It's too hard.
Anxiety, going over 1,000 options in my head and debating my answer. So I can't answer that. I'm sorry. So that's why I said me.
No, I appreciate it. I'm the same way. I have a very hard time. Like if somebody asks me, what are your top 10 albums? I'm like, I can't. I just can't. There's so many.
Weeks, I will like OCD over it and I'll go insane. And I literally will wake up and go, oh my God, I forgot about this album. How could I forget about this album? And what about that album? And I'll have the full on debate in my head for weeks and I won't sleep. So I can't answer that.
I'm the same way. I have this little internet radio station that I run. I've often wanted to do a show on a weekend of like Jimmy's top 50 or Jimmy's what, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to commit to it, and I'll sit down with a sheet of paper getting ready to write down something. I'll be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is just too hard.
Anxiety, right?
It is, and it's crazy.
I get really like the question, like if you were stuck on a deserted island forever, what 3 albums would you take? Oh God, that's like
don't even.
That gives me anxiety.
I would pick Jimmy Knight to be with me on the island.
I'd be dead in 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are awesome. I really, if you come to Chicago, I will definitely check you guys out. I'm really looking forward to live music again and seeing people out there and enjoying live music. Again, I knew early on that I was not musically gifted. Like I'm sure if I practiced, I could have done it, but I can't sing. But I loved music, and I loved bringing other people's music to people. And that's why I fell in love with radio, because you could get all sorts of music and artists and bring it to people and talk about it. So it was funny because, Jenna, I did the kind of the same thing as you did. I used to get that. I had the realistic mixer, and I had a microphone tied to a broomstick in my room. And I had all of these cassette tapes of me faking being a DJ. And I sit back now and I'm like, I go through boxes of tapes looking for him to see if I could find just one and see how shitty I was back then.
Well, what I used to do is I used to have this little like ham radio thing. You know, it's only like maybe 100 feet, then they could listen to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I would like be like little DJ, and then like my neighbors could hear me, but that was it. You were afraid the FCC was going to come and shut you down.
Yeah.
You know what's fun?
I love these childhood memories.
In college, well, I mean, I started college when I was really young, so I was like 15 or 16 at this time, and we had a little college radio station in this little town in New Mexico, and I had a few radio shows on the station, so I was a DJ on a radio station.
Nice.
When I was 15. But the funny thing is like one of our towers was down, so I think radio station only broadcast about 3 blocks. So it was totally unsimilar to your ham radio story, except for it was an official college station. And my best friend and I would use this college station to get tickets to concerts.
Nice.
Oh, fun. That's so fun.
I hate to tell you the managers we harassed and called and the record labels we called to like, but Motley Crue's playing and you have to put us on the guest list because we work in radio.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me, I have several stories of that. My most favorite story that I tell of that is I was working at a station here. Yeah. Yeah, I was doing, I didn't do, yeah, college radio at 15 is young, first of all. Congratulations on that. But yeah, we used to use the old,
they didn't know any different. So
we used to use the old radio, get me into, you know, concerts. My favorite story I tell of that was like 20 years ago. I got to go see Bon Jovi and the Goo Goo Dolls. And through the radio station, they had people be able to go up on stage when Bon Jovi was playing. And then there was this like, so I didn't know, like they said, come, you know, here's the tickets, come to the concert. So I came to the concert. I'm watching the concert in like the 3rd row. And I'm like, this is the best fucking concert I've ever been at because I'm so close to the stage and it's awesome. And I'm working for like the number 3 radio station in Chicago and it's great. And all of a sudden they go, okay, come follow us. And I'm like, oh, what? So they lead us up onto the stage and there's just like this little box on the stage. And we're all up there while Bon Jovi's singing. And I'm standing there in front of like, it's in the Tinley Park concert venue. And there's, you know, thousands and thousands of people. And I'm on the stage. And as Rachael said, you can't see shit. You can't see anything. All you see are lights just beaming at you. But then all of a sudden, John Bon Jovi starts walking around.
You can also see
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being John Bon Jovi's drummer though at that time.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
But what's funny is he comes running across by this box and he's just, you know, shaking everybody's hands and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, radio rocks. I'm like, I love radio.
That was early. Well, it wasn't early payola, but it was a form of payola. Well,
yeah, probably.
There was a funny thing that happened when Motley Crue's album with John Corabi came out. It was at the time I worked for this little. My work study job was at the radio station. So basically we called the record label person and that dealt with college radio, and we're like, hey, you know, Motley Crue's playing El Paso, we want to go to the show. Are there, you know, are there any meet and greets, or, you know? And the record label guy's like, you guys are a college station, you shouldn't be playing Motley Crue. And this was when they had done the album with John Corabi. It was 94. So you know, it like was just, we got shut down. We didn't think much of it, but then we were like, well, that's kind of shitty that the label should be promoting them. Not even, I mean, I went on to work for like Jimmy Iovine and huge record labels later. At 15, I had no clue what a label's job was and how shitty it was that they said that. So we dialed information and we called their manager. About it. Oh, we were so we saw them play like their second US show with John Corabi. So John and I have been friends since back then because of their record label guy telling us that, you know, we should be playing Motley Crue on our station that broadcast 3 blocks. It didn't reach my parents' house that was 4 blocks away.
Oh gosh.
So just perspective, it didn't even hit the whole campus. So because of that, you know, they put us on the guest list and blah, blah, blah. And we went to the show. And during the show, their manager came out to us in our seats to make sure we had good seats, to make sure we could see, to make sure we were having fun.
That's awesome.
Drinks. Yeah. You know, it was like a whole like red carpet was rolled out because of this.
Nice. That's funny because that tour, I was working in Amarillo at a radio station Z93. And we were a top 40 station. And for some reason, we were giving away tickets to that show, which made no sense to me because we didn't play Motley Crue.
They were papering the shows because they weren't selling well. And the show I saw was in El Paso. The second show of that tour was probably like the day before Amarillo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And here I am, the night guy who couldn't even go see the show because I was working, but trying to give away tickets to Motley Crue with not the normal lead singer. Right. And it's like, you're sitting there going, okay. And then, oh, by the way, none of these kids who know Motley Crue are because they want to hear Snoop Dogg and All for Ones, I swear, every 10 minutes. I'm like, what am I? And I'm trying to give away these fucking tickets. And everyone's like, and then it was funny because the receptionist for the radio station loved Crue and she loved what was going on. And she's like, oh, you going to the show? And I'm like, I'm the night guy. I can't go. I'm working. So it's funny that you bring up that tour because I know that tour and that album very well because of just my time in radio. So
Well, I will tell you that it was a great show. I mean, John did a great
she said
job
too.
on
She
those
said it was an
songs,
awesome
so.
show. Yeah.
It was
And
fabulous,
John,
you know.
John's a fantastic frontman and singer, so I'd imagine that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's tough though. I mean, it's tough when any band does that, makes the change, and I mean, you see it with most popular bands where they change the lead singer. I mean, they've all gone. I mean, big huge bands have gone through it. Genesis, Van Halen. I mean, that tour is not going to be what people think it's going to be, and you're right. They were just trying to give away tickets to fill up the venue at that point. So,
well, I think at that point, them changing singers and being the band that always said it's the four of us or death, I think that hurt them, and changing singers and keeping the same name. I think if they would have given the band a different name, because that album was very appropriate musically for the time. I just don't think it wanted to be called Motley Crue. And and I think if they would have like changed the name or not been like so diehard about like we will never break up, then it would have been a little different. And it just like that era music was changing. I mean, that was the same year Kurt Cobain died, and like all like, it was just
I remember that
huge shifts. I mean, even if they would have had Vince do that album, they would have had a hard time selling tickets on that tour. It was just an era change, So
it was.
I've been waiting for that style of music to come back since then. So. I was 21.
All of us.
You just need to come to a Paradise Kitty show. And,
I do. Come to
I do.
Yeah, let me know when I'll follow you guys, because if you come around anywhere into the Chicago area, I will definitely come check it out. So,
and if you come to Boise area,
I'm not coming to Boise. It's too far and too hot.
Come on, Jimmy.
But
Come on, let's
got
go.
Me here, Jimmy.
Yes, you come see
I'll
Star.
tell you what. Boise and Chicago.
There you go.
That's what I think you need to do. Yeah.
Yes. So, Jenna, Rachael, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Yeah, definitely keep rocking out there, and let us know when you're going to have your tour dates up, and hopefully. Now, if you're going to Salt Lake, I can go to Salt Lake. If you don't make it to Boise, I'm just letting you know.
We'll watch for him, Roger.
Listen,
Roger
will send you the distance between each venue and tell you which ones to play, so we can get there.
Go to Salt Lake.
Well, just for the record, if it were up to Jenna and myself, we would play everywhere, including your grandmother's backyard. So,
yes.
I know, right?
Let's do this.
Rock and roll. So we're down to go anywhere. We're up for have band will travel.
Nice.
Us and,
hang on, I'm talking to my PR rep right now. Hang on a second, guys.
I love talking to people who play music, who love playing music, and you two just you rock. You're awesome. I just do. I love people who genuinely love doing what they do, and it shines through. Obviously, your videos, but everything you do, it's amazing. So
thank you. And I love seeing your strength as female artist.
Thank you
really
very much.
inspiring.
Just so you know, nobody does this for the money, because that's not here.
True. No,
nobody says I want to be a musician to have a lot of money or to impress the neighbors. You piss off your neighbors. You eat ramen, and
it's the drum beat in your heart that you were talking about.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
But no, Rachael, you're actually in it, so you could just watch Rachel's ass every day.
Wait, I'm able to watch Rachel's ass. But I don't get a chance to see her in front of me.
Sorry, I meant the other way around.
I was going to say, what the heck are you talking about?
She does have an
throne, and that could be a little. I
wouldn't mind watching her butt. It's a great butt.
Rachel,
Jenna lives in a castle, so
Roger was getting all flustered talking about asses.
I know he's caught up on those squats.
Oh my gosh!
Right? I'm just gonna tell my ladies tomorrow to do their squats because they got
squats, baby, squat.
That's right.
Squat for your drummer. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ladies, thanks again for coming with us. Definitely look forward to seeing you on tour. That will be definitely a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. And hey,
thanks
we're
so
gonna
much.
have to ask. Yeah, so we'll have to have you back on the show again at another time.
Thank you, man. You had a great time.
Much appreciated.
Thanks, Jenna.
You all be safe out there.
Hold on. Follow us on Instagram at Paradise Kitty Band. Also, same thing on Twitter, but it's got a little underscore. And then Paradise Kitty All Girls, All Guns and Roses on Facebook. Follow us, and you'll find out right then and there when we are booking and posting and touring, all that jazz.
Perfect.
Excellent.
We'll put all the posts on the link. I can't even talk today. We'll put all the links on the post of the podcast so that everybody has easy access to be able to follow you.
Yeah,
That's good. Right on, man.
You got all flustered when you started talking about asses.
We love them.
Star, when your girls are ready to start banging on measurements, let us know and we'll help talk them
Nice.
into.
Yeah.
Awesome. I
girls out.
appreciate that so much. Thank you guys. They'll love
course.
to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be following you. Okay.
All right. Thank
bye,
you, ladies.
Cheers.
You too, Rock. See you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you. Bye. They were
That was
just
fun.
great.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot
know.
of fun.
I could have talked to them for hours. They're just incredible ladies. They're so neat with such good talent. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I love
Sorry,
it.
that was
Definitely.
my phone.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was your PR
Yeah, I
rep
kept
trying to
hearing
book
No,
them.
I-
ringing.
PR rep.
I was gonna say, where is that PR rep?
It was,
We got to
it
get
was
them
my
over
phone
here.
saying you should have gone to bed at 8 o'clock, old man. Why are you still
Ah.
Oh, mine always says, "Ding, you have a weigh-in." I'm like, I don't want reminded that I'm supposed to weigh myself. What's up with these smart? I got these new scales that are like smart scales.
Yeah.
And they're just a little too smart. Ding, you should have a weigh-in.
I started doing
I'll
an
weigh
ab
it.
challenge at the beginning
Shut
of
up.
the year. And I have
Yeah.
not done it in probably 2 months now, 3 months.
Does it still
because
ping you?
oh,
to
every
do
day
your
it's like,
ab
it's time to
workout?
do your ab challenge. I'm like, fuck you, it is.
Challenge this.
Yeah. Yeah, you live my life and tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
My abs are going to be flabby for a little bit now, so just deal with it.
Well, you know, it's sad that we missed Deborah today, but she'll be back next week. But apparently, and I'm not going to disclose more information, but Deborah has landed an acting job.
Nice.
And we're going to talk to her about it next week when she comes back to the show. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Whoop-de-whoop.
Yes. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm just going to keep hitting it.
Oh, yay.
Sorry.
So,
We're
yes.
so proud of Deborah. Yeah, I'm so excited for her.
So yes, it's going to be a lot of fun to talk to her about that. She's all excited about her new acting job, and
Nice.
so we'll let her explain it to us and the audience when we have her back on next week.
That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Cool.
Mhm.
Awesome. And then don't forget, we have the most amazing radio station of all time,
Hey.
Chicago's VarietyStation.com.
Hey, please listen. I'm on Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. And then Roger the Wild Child himself is on from 8 till midnight, Monday through
That's
Friday.
right. Yep, we have an Instagram party, so you can come and join us. We play the best 80s, 90s, and Y2K. We just mix it all up and have a good time. And more music, more variety. So, and we don't repeat a song a
At all.
day.
I love
Bernadette.
your station.
No.
And if I don't
It's
get more listeners,
incredible.
I'm changing to polka.
Okay,
Sorry.
there you go. We're gonna do
The
polka,
classics.
all polka, all the time.
Oh,
We are
look,
Chicago's
Turn it
polka
on.
station.
As soon as we're done, I'm going in to turn it on so I get
I'm a
motivated
fan
to
of
clean.
music. I'm a fan. I love all types
Go
of
clean
music.
my
I know
house
the
too.
the wall behind me looks
Yes.
more rockish now, but I'm in a rockish mood with my vinyl. But
Mhm.
yeah, I love all types of music. Even some of today's music I really like. So we sparkle some of that in. So yeah, give us a listen.
Mhm.
80s, 90s, 2K today, Chicago's variety station. So
And also Saturday nights,
the
6
Saturday
to
Night Dance
midnight.
Jam. Yeah.
Yes, 6 to midnight. No jocks. We just jam for 6 hours.
It's all
playing
that
the best
80s,
dance music.
90s pop dance stuff. So it's not like the techno stuff you get at the clubs and stuff. It's more of that, 80s, 90s pop that they were playing on the radio back then. So you'll hear a lot
I
of
drive
cool
Uber on the weekends, and I put Chicago's variety station in my car, and my passengers are like, "You play some kick-ass music." I'm like,
Yep.
Damn right I do.
know.
Damn right.
That's
So check it
right.
out.
It's the best. They want to get out their roller skates and start roller skating to it, I'm sure.
Right, exactly. We do play Funky Town by why can't I think of the original right? Funky Town? No, Lipsy. I'm tired. It was a long weekend. So.
Yes.
But yes, check it out. Roger the Wild
Coupled
Child.
with the heat.
Yes, and the heat too, and the humidity. Ugh. Roger on 8 to midnight tomorrow night. Check him out. He's the Wild Child.
Yes. Thank you. I will be on the air
Everywhere.
in your car or wherever you are. How you guys all doing? We're wrapping it up here. We want to thank Jenna Syde and Rachael Rine. They were the girl rockers of Paradise Kitty. So thank you very much. Frankie MacDonald with the weather as always. Deborah DRIGGS returns next week. For Jimmy Knight and Star, I'm Roger the Wild Child. Have a great week.
Shine on, everybody.
Roger the Wild Child Show!
The ring.
Peace out, everyone. Yes, the Zobrist ring. Fake ring. Fake ring.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Are we still on, Roger? I see we're still live. They're telling us you have to go. I know. Why are we still on? Is anybody